wishing us the best. Our podcast is better than the rest. You got an issue, better say it with your chest. Until then, keep wishing us the best. Keep wishing us the best. Our podcast is better than the rest. I don't know if we got it. See, random ass errors every time some shit started.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it's recording. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait, what's happening?
I don't know. It popped
right
up with some weird ass error. It's like always something.
Yeah, Riverside, y'all tripping.
Yeah, I need to find another platform. No, because we pay for this platform, so we ain't no other platform
for the year.
Yeah,
so we're stuck.
Yeah.
It's all good.
A year to do research.
Exactly.
What's popping? Well wishers. It's us again. Episode 12.
I decided to not even comment on I know we've been inconsistent. We're gonna bypass all of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. You see us when you see us. If you like it, you like it.
At this point.
Yeah. So episode 12. We're just gonna talk about a whole bunch of random. It's not a particular just set topic. For us, a few things that we want to touch on. You said the first thing we were talking about was the passing of the late great for some people, not so great for others. Kevin Samuels.
The fact that they call him the Godfather, though, that.
I mean, some people really were touched by what he did, and you can't knock the effect he had on, I would say, the culture. He had a lasting effect. Being, if some people want to say it's positive, some people want to say it's negative. He shook up some shit. I'll say that. He shook up some shit.
He did. I have to give him credit for that. I wasn't necessarily a fan, but I wasn't a Kevin Samuels hater either. I mean, there were some things that he said that I thought were stupid, but I think that he, I don't think he was as biased as what people would lead you to believe. A lot of women were saying that, they only heard things that he said about women, and I'm like, he give it to niggas pretty raw too. So
he did.
I just feel like that's just the power of the internet, though. The internet is, and even your timeline is it's curated for you. You know what I'm saying? So oftentimes a lot of people probably were just getting the fucked up shit that he was saying about women because that's just what's gonna be on their timeline.
People
that's what they're
also
be more inclined to see.
They took a lot of things out of context too, and just rolled with the hot clips they heard.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Power of the internet, it's set up to be like that, and I'm like, that's stupid. If you're gonna have an opinion, make sure you you have all the details before you make that big public ass statement. Because I'm it's a lot of just wrong and loud ass people, and it's. You just look dumb. You look dumb.
Yeah. With him, I looked at it I waded through the bullshit. Some shit, a lot of statistics, I feel like he was pulling out his ass. I'm sure some of them were close. But some of them, I feel nigga, you don't know all these statistics just off the top of your head like this.
Right. But, where did you get these from?
But some of the points he made were valid points. I mean, on both aspects. How you said he did give it to men and women the same. I think that in general is, I don't even know if we want to even go down that road, but that in general, I feel like it's just how we take things differently. I think the reason, for one, him talking to men didn't really catch on like that is because, one, a lot of times you hit us with enough logic and we just accept the shit. We'll just accept it. We'll be okay.
Men probably weren't complaining about it and sharing it oh, look Look what he said about dogs.
Yeah, but most of the times
So
the dudes would they would concur with him. They'd be like, "Yeah, you're right." They would be it'll be less pushback. Where versus with a lot of the women, it was hella pushback. Like some shit that was obvious. It's like, girl, you got 3 kids, and they're all by 3 different fathers, but you expect to find a man making 6 figures is just going, not expect you to work, but be faithful. And it's like, it just don't make no sense. I'm not saying that isn't a chance of that happening. Sure. I mean, it is, but what are the chances of that happening? Like, it's better chance you're not going to find that than you are. But it's just in general, I feel like it didn't catch on as much when he was talking shit about dudes, because I've heard one where he was talking about dude. He was like, "How tall are you?" He was like, what's your weight? You got a big dick, and he was cutting into him. And when Nick started stuttering about, he was like, I'm above average. No, nigga, you ain't got a big dick. If you got a big dick, if you got a big dick, like it's.
So did he come at? Was it really equal? Like I didn't watch his entire live, so I didn't really get a chance to like I watched maybe I don't know, maybe 10 minutes at a time or something like that, with one person, but I never really got into listen to the whole thing. So was it really equal as far as the feedback or the negative feedback he would give both men and women?
Well, so he didn't do men as often. You had to go back and find men. He started doing women more because obviously it started getting more views. But when we were talking before, what I was saying, he talked to Brittany Renner. He matches energy. So unless the woman starts becoming rude, he's not really rude. Or if she just starts acting oblivious to shit, then he's like, "Come on," but he's not really rude. He's very blunt, but and he could probably say things. He could say things in a nicer tone, but I think that's his stick, was that if you say it in a nicer tone, women aren't going to listen or take it serious. And you can either agree or disagree with that. I'm not going to say that's with every woman, but he was saying that the reason he's taking this tone, because this is what it takes for them to really listen, I guess, per se. But he offered positive feedback. He didn't just cut into every woman, but I mean, he did cut in sometimes. That was, it's not for the faint of heart. But they would be, a lot of women would be calling in sounding goofy. And then on top of that, the women knew what it was, and you still got hundreds of women calling in. So, I mean, they were calling in for a reason. It wasn't like he was looking for them. He has like a line. It was like a fucking radio hotline where you just click a button and somebody just waiting to hop on air. So, I mean, I think just in general, what?
Oh, I was just going to say about his death. As far as the people being happy about it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know. Maybe I got a mature timeline. I didn't see that much.
I did.
I seen 90% of people grieving him and saying good things. And then I seen another good amount of people saying stuff like, "Oh, if you are celebrating his death, you're sick." And I'm like, dang, I haven't really seen anybody say that. But
maybe I follow.
Maybe I have more.
A bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I was gonna. Or you probably have more women, follow more women than I do. I probably.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably don't really.
Because I got a whole bunch of.
See.
Oh, God don't like ugly. He got what he's coming. He talked up his own death. I'm like, damn. Shit. You didn't even know that, it's so crazy to wish death on somebody. To me, this it's such a permanent thing for you. Just because he felt away, just because he even talked away, I wouldn't wish death on some of the most just mean as people. I can see if you're evil, maybe, but just how people were just happy and and laughing and making jokes about it. Like I get, there's going to be memes and stuff like that. Like I saw a few memes where it was like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Nelson Mandela, and then Kevin Samuels. Like nah, but
I was like, niggas, the internet stay doing extra shit.
but
The internet stay doing some extra shit.
just for that, and then his mom finding out via social media, and then you gotta look at his mom and his daughter
wild.
seeing people happy that their relative is dead. Like that's fucked up. Like I don't know. It just
Yeah, I have to agree with that. That's why I'm sure I've said this at some point since we've been podcasting, but there's just so much power in just shutting the fuck up. Like you don't have to comment on everything. You don't have to have a public opinion on everything. Like
right,
if you don't get on the internet just to say some fucked up shit.
right.
Like don't make that your main purpose. Like I want to get on the internet and just I want to be as offensive as I can. That's lame. That shit is so lame.
It is just hating just to hate.
Vibes.
Like
Yeah.
like people was making fun of Gunna and Young Thug for them RICO charges. Like, no, that's first off, RICO charges is not anything to play with. Especially after I looked up and found out what it mean and what, like, it's some fucked up shit, and it's like one of those charges that's like shouldn't really even be legal, and they can just wrap you all the way up, and that's just and you could get wrapped up, and you helping out family or friends, but because they did some shady shit, you're the famous person or the person with the most money. They gonna say, "Oh, you bankroll everything. You're the kingpin in this operation," and they're gonna put everything
like
on you.
How they said he rented that car, and I'm like, he could have never even known what was happening, or he could have. But how can you prove that? Like, how can you prove?
Yeah,
I mean, unless there's evidence.
I mean, they said they about to use song lyrics against him and everything, but yeah,
shit is wild out here.
It is.
So yeah, let's get into talking about relationships. What do you want to start with? Secrets and lies.
Yeah.
That's what we should call this one.
Secrets and lies. Okay. All right, I fuck with it. Shout out to the cuz he threw this topic towards me. He said, "What type of?"
You have froze for a second.
Oh.
Okay, I can see.
Cuz said, "What type of lies or secrets are appropriate in relationships?" He gave me an example of this one chick. I don't know. She was in a good situation. She was in a good situation. She's in one of those husband pays for everything. She just take care of her home, and she started selling money or selling some stuff like on eBay or doing something. So she had her little side bank account. Mm-hmm. Her husband found out and was livid. And he wasn't mad at the fact that she was making money. She wasn't mad at the fact that, he was still paying for everything. He was mad at the fact that she had
she kept it from him.
Yeah, she had a bank account that she didn't tell him about because it made him feel that she wasn't all in on the relationship because she squared away money for in case shit fall apart.
Absolutely. That's very fair to feel that way.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's a valid feeling to have. And they were saying, are those the type of secrets you keep to yourself? Are those the type of secrets you don't keep? And I feel like that's not one of the type of secrets you would keep. I mean, I know a lot of women have been taught that by their mother, not to ever rely.
I just don't understand why it has to be a secret unless you're like planning your escape route. Like if you're planning your escape, then okay, like don't say anything. But if you're like, like maybe if you're in like an abusive situation or something like that, or
but if you're in a good situation,
you need
how would you say, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep a little side bank account in case we don't work out? Because it's literally saying you going into the situation expecting
Yeah.
it not to
And it's
last.
like don't not have the separate bank account, but just say like, "Hey, I want to start building my own little nest egg. Like I want to see how much money I can make or see, if I can hit these financial goals. I haven't had to be responsible for financials, but this is something that I want to start doing." I
Yeah,
mean,
but
and then
but
if there's pushback, then I think there would kind of be something weird with that. But I don't think there's anything wrong with having your own separate bank accounts.
I
I think you should.
I don't, but I know a lot of people who would definitely feel that way. I personally don't. We have separate bank accounts. We have joint bank accounts.
Yeah.
Granted, even with our separate bank accounts, she does have access to it. I mean, as to hers, but they're separate. I mean, but also we knew about it.
Yeah.
I do think it's a little weird. Not, I don't know. I do think it's a little weird if you have a separate bank account that your spouse can't even get into, like if it's in the case of an emergency or something like that. Like if you just exit out, like it's for real, your money, nobody else can touch it but you. It's a little weird, a little bit weird in a marriage. I'll say. I'm not gonna say if y'all just dating or even engaged, but in the marriage it's a
Yeah.
little weird. But I know people that would not even be okay with a separate a separate bank account because they feel
Yeah.
like
That's
that
weird.
you already starting this in with one foot out, like just in case. And
I mean, I don't know. I guess I look at it like, I don't know, going into a relationship, like I already have my own multiple bank accounts. So why wouldn't I, like when you go into a relationship, are you just not, you just don't have a bank account at all and you just, all of your bank accounts are with you and your partner? Because we grown as fuck. Like why are you walking into a relationship and you don't
man,
already have a
you
bank
know how many
account?
people out here with Chime just chiming and cash apping.
That hasn't been that
You know of all people how many people that got their tax refund or they PPP loan sent to their fucking cash app.
that hasn't been my experience. I can't speak to that. Like if you're over the age of, I'm gonna say 22 and you don't have a bank account, like a real bank account, like a tangible or a credit union or
No,
I
I
don't, I
I
don't know.
agree, but I
It's
do
just weird to
definitely
me.
know niggas who still cashing checks at the liquor store. I'm, I'm I'm serious though. I mean, it don't make.
I have one client who writes me checks for training sessions because I have two clients that I train, and he writes me actual checks. Before I even leave, before I even leave, I take a picture of the check and deposit it into my bank account with my phone. Like I don't even, I mean, so the fact that you're taking a check, the fact that you work a job and you don't have direct deposit, I mean, that's crazy to me. Like that's wild as fuck. But taking anyway, child,
I
okay,
used to
but
not like direct deposit until I actually tried it, and I was like, oh, why the fuck did I not do this before? Why was I actually waiting for a fucking paper check and then going to fucking cash shit when I could just wake up and it's in my shit?
ancient, just some
But
ancient shit.
I feel like it was because before I
But
was
yeah,
working for nigga shit, so I need to make sure
right.
that check is there, that money is there. I don't want to wake up in the morning it's not there, then I gotta call people. Nah.
Right. But yeah, so we're going to file separate bank accounts in the we'll file it in the unacceptable lie. Cuz overall, I guess it just depends on how you go about doing it. Like I'm for it. I'm definitely all for having your own
Yeah,
shit. But if you have to like lie about it, and you're in a good situation, that doesn't make any sense to me.
yeah. I'm with
So
you. I'm with you. Um,
yeah.
Another one I
Um.
can think of, at least one that I would probably have lied about when I was younger, not so much now. But if like a girl flirted with me or asked my number, which
Mhm.
let's be real, it doesn't really happen that often with men. I maybe with certain type of men, but the majority of men that don't happen so often. So, but
Mhm.
I know before I wouldn't have said anything because I just know that some type of girlfriends I had super jealous, or it would literally be starting an argument for no reason. Like saying that even though I didn't do anything, it's just gonna make her feel away, and it's like why put myself in that situation? Now
It's just so
I wouldn't do
weird.
it.
Yeah.
I would just tell her.
It's just so weird, like how just insecure people be. Like, I don't know. We not like that. Like, we not like that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the last 10 days or so, I've ran into two exes at the gym, which is crazy to me because I live so far away now from where, like, I used to, like, live when I dated these people. It's, like, 30 miles away. So I was telling him, like, yeah, I ran into so and so. Like, I ran into this ex and I ran into this ex. And it was just no weird, like, oh, so did you, like, no speculation of anything
Right.
or, nothing like that. Like, it was just like, oh, okay, that's what's up. Like, he made a little joke, like, oh, I bet so and so was real happy to see you. Like, it was just, I was having a conversation with my friend, because I mean, he is my friend, but I don't understand getting, like, jealous about stuff like that. That's just very strange to me.
Yeah, like I
Very
wouldn't. I
strange.
don't care about shit now. Monique don't care about shit. Like for example, the girl who was dreading my hair, or at least attempting to, like trying to start me out. That was an ex from when I was younger, whatever. Monique know that I told her that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that I don't think that's an appropriate secret, unless you know your significant other. Now, if you know your significant other and you know that would literally be starting some shit for no reason, it's more things you need to address. But if you know,
Yeah.
I could say that could be an appropriate secret.
Yeah.
I,
It's like, wait, what exactly would be an appropriate secret? Like what? Like not disclosing
Not
what?
disclosing that someone flirted with you.
Yeah, yeah, because that's just kind of like a thing that's like you don't have to bring up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. It's just nothing. Like me running into my exes, I'm like that was really just nothing. Like that was just some real fluke type shit, and like I don't have any interest. He knows I don't have any interest. So
But so
like I
outside
felt
of your relationship, would that have been okay if they didn't tell their significant other that they were into their exes?
you said would it be okay
Mm-hmm. Would you?
for somebody? Yeah, I think so because it's like it's not really need to know information. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just shit that happens. It's like I get and I'm not saying this to brag and I'm not exaggerating either. I get hit on every time I go to the gym. Every single
Of
time.
course.
I don't tell him every single time. Like
It would,
he see me walk out the house. He see what I have on. Like I be real scantily clad going to the gym because it's for functionality. I'm like I have on a good sports bra and I have on probably no shirt and some workout pants and I be kind of cute or whatever. So he sees me. So it's like it's not like it's something that he doesn't know. Like I had a woman hit on me last week and I'm like okay. But you know, like sometimes I'll tell him, sometimes I don't. And if I don't tell him and he just happened to find out in some weird way, shape, or form, it wouldn't be an issue. He wouldn't care.
So what's something
So,
that you feel? Because I know how you used to be the queen of omitting. What?
you know, I let me think, man. Because how I was then is just not who I am anymore. Um, Dang, lies or secret. Oh, okay. So I have a good one. This is not about me though. So I have my client that I train. He smokes vape pens. Like he'll get like Now we're talking about a 70-year-old white man, super conservative, super rich, like very wealthy, but he's a really good guy. Like I've been training him for 10 years. Like this is my homeboy. So he vapes. And his wife doesn't know. He's been doing this since 2018. And she has no idea. Like she knows that he's like had like some edibles before, but she has no idea that I've been like supplying him with vapes for like little cartridges. I've like been his pusher since 2018 and she has no idea. And he's like, this is why I like, getting high like this because you can't smell it. Like he's like, I can't smoke weed, obviously, but
Yeah.
she doesn't know. He'll like puff a little bit after our session, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay. He was like, I would never tell her because
I would
he
think
was like, he
an
feels like
acceptable
she has a
secret.
big. Wait, oh, you had froze for a second. He said that he feels like she's got a big mouth and she would tell other people in the family, like their kids and other whatever. So he's like, she don't need to know because she got a big mouth basically.
Yeah, I feel like that'd
And
be an acceptable secret. I feel like that.
especially at that age, like I don't know, I feel like when you older, some stuff is kind of like more okay.
I just
If
feel
that
like,
makes
look,
any sense.
treat yourself. If it's not hurting nobody, treat yourself. And if your significant
Yeah.
other may not understand how you like to treat yourself, as long as it ain't no like hurting them, well, do you? I mean, also
Mhm.
as long as it's not hurting you technically. I mean, I guess in the long run, I could. But he's 70, so I mean, the fuck, he lived.
Yeah.
He lived the good portion of his life, so he's on
I
his
hope he
tail end
never see
now.
this episode. I hope he never sees this in some way, shape, or form because he gonna know I'm talking about him.
But his wife, will
um,
his wife know? She's like, aha.
right, like there's too many details. Yeah, we're gonna call him Robert just to throw some people off. But yeah, so I do think that that's actually acceptable. I do because um yeah, it's just you just smoking a little weed, you just getting high. And he was like, it just makes like he just has a better life experience with it. That's what he says.
I
So
mean, I
I'm
feel it.
like, live your life.
Some people,
Shit, I like getting high too. The
right? And
fuck?
some
So
people
I
use
feel him.
weed for different reasons. Like, I, for me, it helps relax. I'm not one to where I needed to escape reality and shit. Like I feel like when weed becomes a crutch, that's when it's an issue. But if it's just like something that's just you just like to do part of your just
Yeah,
relaxation
you
or
just
something
want
like
to
that,
zone out.
yeah,
Or if it like piques your creativity, that's what it does for me. Like I get high and start doing DIY shit all around my house. So, but yeah, stuff like that. I don't think that's a I think that's an acceptable lie.
I use it to
Um,
slow down my. I feel like in my head, I feel like I'm on 10 so much. I use it to just slow my shit down, like
for sure,
so.
definitely. My my I mean this is not a relationship, but like um my dad is a smoker And I just learned that about him in like the last year or so. And I'm like, why have I never known this about you? And then like he grows it too. And I'm like, huh? So I'm like, how long have you been this person? Like what's going on? Like that shit was just, I guess it was just like, well, you don't need to know until I decide you need to know. So,
It's
it's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna,
it's like
make anything different.
I feel like you learn two versions of your parents throughout your lifetime. You learn the parent that was the disciplinarian, and then when you become an adult, you get a glimpse of who they really are. Like I feel like it's you can't really tell what they really are when you're younger because you're just looking at them as like the role model or telling you what to do, or sometimes trying to ruin your fun or whatever like that. And then I feel like as you get older, you see your parents as real people.
Yeah.
And they also, I feel like they admit that some of they shit, they were wrong about some shit. Yeah, they wouldn't admit that shit then when you were younger and you wanted them to admit the shit.
Right.
But as you gotten
Right.
older, their parents will admit that yeah, okay, yeah, we was wrong for that. We could have went about that a different way. And
Right.
so I feel it. I
Yeah.
rock with it.
Yeah. What else? Dang, this is really off top because I'm like trying to pull stuff from my past because
I could just say in my head,
what kind of stuff?
nothing financially is something that I feel like you would want to keep a secret. I've seen people who like kept like gambling addiction secret, or that they had huge amounts of debt. Like that's shit. Like I get that
Yeah.
it's on you,
Yeah.
but it's going to eventually affect your significant other.
When we decide that we gonna be together forever, like you gotta disclose that because I need to be able to make a choice. Because I would never marry somebody with fucked up credit. Yeah.
I mean,
I just wouldn't.
you can, you can, and you can get it up there together. I mean, Monique's credit wasn't the
No,
best,
no,
but
no Build a Bears. No, nope.
but
Come
it's
put together.
it's doable. Look, not to put my baby business out there, but I'm saying we got her. We since before we got the house to now, she's went up 200 points, and
Okay.
she's like
It's different. It's different. It's different though.
he's
Like
20. She's 20 points behind
different
me.
for men and women.
Is it?
Yeah, but yeah. Cause I don't know. There's just certain things I'm not trying to like coach you through, and no. Some things you just got to come put together. But I would think that maybe more men don't necessarily feel that way. But I think
I don't know. I feel like more women are
smart women
usually
do.
in relationship. Women are usually the fiscally responsible ones, the ones who, you know, keep track of the bills and shit like that. So I usually would think that you have a higher chance of getting with a dude who got shitty credit than the dude getting with a girl who got shitty credit. But it's fixable. I'm like
I get your point. I understand your point.
I'm just saying it's people out there. It's fixable. My baby is rocking a 740 now, so
Oh, that's good.
it's and little do most people know. Really, once you hit that 740 to 760, it don't really matter. You getting the same exact shit that you would get if you had a perfect 850 after 740. I mean, it's the same shit.
I guess it depends.
What you mean?
I'm just saying, like, it depends on what you're trying to do with it. Because there is definitely a difference from 740 to 850 in a lot of different scenarios.
And what scenarios?
Like, say you have like a business and you have to like co-sign for some business credit, 850 is definitely going to yield you a much better interest rate and probably a much higher loan amount or credit amount than what a 740 is going to get you.
Really? Because I don't know. I was getting pretty much about the same interest on everything that my mom was getting. My mom literally has an 848 credit score, and I was at like, at least then I was at like 790, and everything was pretty much the same. Now her credit history, that that she gets approved for more. We get approved for the same interest rate, but she gets approved for way more. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like as far as like amounts and stuff.
yeah, but
Like
that's just
you generally,
history. That's just
yeah,
you got
and that just takes time.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, so I mean, I feel you. I feel you in that instant. But I'm saying that number you can get up, and
you can do a lot. You can do
yeah.
a lot. I know. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. My credit has never been a 790, but it's in the good 700s though. But getting this new car knocked my shit down.
You got liquid. You good.
I mean, and that's why. And you want to know what's crazy? I have one credit card right now. One credit card, and it has like a $3,000 limit, and I don't even use it.
I have
because I'm just like
5 or 5 to 7. But see, that's when my credit score is high. I kind of worked the system. The more credit cards you get,
that's how it should be.
You get a higher score as long as you just don't fuck over on them. Like you keep a 2% balance, don't go over 30%. You can easily get a 7, like high 7s, easy. I mean, shit.
Okay, credit guru. Come on.
No, I just had to learn how to work the system because getting this house, whew, that shit was not fun during COVID. That shit, I damn near would have worked that shit about my worst enemy. That shit was a motherfucker.
I believe it.
But
so, definitely in agreement with we're gonna file financial secrets.
Yeah, that is a no-go.
Do not lie. Do not tell a secret. Don't keep that a secret because
sexual secrets.
Absolutely not. Like, what do you mean? Like things that you like but don't want to disclose, or
possibly
like
kinks?
What?
Yeah, kinks. Is it okay to keep certain kinks to yourself? That secret, or
I guess if like, is it something you want to do? Because if you're like super thirsty to do it, are you gonna cheat and do it anyway? Because you're too afraid to tell.
I don't know.
Your partner that you like to eat shit or something. Like I don't know. I don't know.
Scat
or you want to get
packs, okay.
On something just like not it having a name. Not it having a fucking name. Of course it does. Cause
oh no, I just called
kinks.
it that. I don't know.
Oof, I was like, what kind of porn you be watching, Deb?
No. I remember I saw 2 Girls, 1 Cup, and I was like, no, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, that... Anyway. I guess sexual secrets. I guess we could go more in the direction of should you lie about your past?
I mean, that could be a part of it.
I think, as far as your past, if your partner asks you, I think that's an okay lie. I'm gonna file that in okay lies. Like if I was just like a total slut, and I was with like a prude of a nigga, and he's like, "So how many people you had sex with?" And I know anything over 5 is gonna set him off.
I don't know if it's okay because if it comes out that you lied, then nigga gonna be looking at you side of like, what the fuck was you doing there? because
That's why you got to move out of state. You got to move out of state and lie.
it
'Cause
don't
then
matter. Shit can happen.
it,
And now with Facebook and shit, and so you think about how connected you are to motherfuckers. If without social media, you probably never would even talk to, spoke to, thought about again. And now you think about how connected you are to them. You are probably connected to 5 people you used to fuck just back in the day on
yeah.
Facebook.
I mean, possibly, but how would it come out though? I
I
mean,
don't
I
know.
know I understand things can come
Somebody
out,
could
but
joke and say some
I'm gonna
messy
take.
shit, and then be like, "What the fuck? Oh, you fucked him?"
That's cool.
Like,
I'm gonna take my chance. I'm gonna take my chances on lying about it, cause it's none of your business for one.
I
Like,
mean,
it's not.
it's yeah. I mean, it's not. It's. I mean, yeah, it's not. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
like I don't have to disclose like my life before you to you unless it's going to affect our life moving forward. Like if I was like sick or something, or if I had something, or but anything that's not gonna affect
You
you
know that's
outside of your ego.
you know that's going back to past episodes. Nigga don't want to be in a room of niggas who fucked. Nigga does
I
not
mean,
for that instance right there. That secret. That would not be the secret I want. If we're about to go somewhere with people that you fucked, please tell me. That is not a secret I want you to keep to
yo,
yourself. Don't do that.
I definitely had to disclaimer one of my exes with that before we started going to this gym because I'm like, now listen,
Okay,
there are possibly
so you did it.
there are yeah, I did it, but that's just because of the close proximity we were going to be in. I felt like I needed to. But if I meet a nigga and we start kicking it and he asks me about my past,
I'm not saying you just meet it, but I'm
I'm not
saying
about to.
you serious. Hey, y'all have some type of relationship that's serious.
Okay.
That needs
Even
to
if
be
we are in a
disclosed.
relationship,
Yeah, that needs to be
if I'm
disclosed.
ashamed of my past, or if I just feel like not even ashamed, like I don't even have to be ashamed, but if I'm like if I did like some shit that I knew would be uncomfortable to talk about, I'm not gonna talk about it because it's not a need to know. It's just a want to know. So
I mean,
so I'm going to lie because there's no reason for you to have this information other than to possibly hold it over my head later.
like a
Boy, fuck
like
you.
I
You
just
ain't about
said,
to.
if I'm going to an event with you and you fucked somebody, you fucked one and or more people at said event, just heads up for me.
That's fair. Now that I agree with because I did that. But if it's the other situation and somebody just asks, then I think
Yeah,
that that's a
yeah.
appropriate lie. But
The,
if we're about to be in close proximity with people, then that's
yeah,
different.
I'm not talking unsolicited body count. No, I'm not. That's crazy. But I'm just saying, in that type of situation, that is not a secret to be kept. At least I don't feel.
Yeah.
You should give
Cause
you.
like I don't have any like bad blood with like the guys that I dated previously. So they see me and they like, oh hey, like what's up? Like hugs and I'm just like,
Yeah, but
fuck.
with
Now
Drake's hug,
I gotta tell this
that's the hug. I know the kind of hug when the girl used to fuck type shit. Like niggas do slick shit. Niggas come at you a certain way, linger a touch on you a certain way because he used to. Niggas do slick shit.
he definitely did like some and I'm just like,
Niggas do
why are you doing
niggas do
like
slick shit in front
what's
of other
up? And
niggas to
so then
notice.
and then I gotta hear about it later. And I'm just like, I ain't even do nothing. Like that nigga did it. That's who you should be beefing
Yeah,
with.
see.
To be beefing with that
So
nigga.
that is definitely not no go to keeping that secret because
Yeah, no, that's not cool. That's not cool. Yeah, I've done that before and it didn't end well and you listen to previous episodes, folks, you'll find that story. So, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Cause that shit did blow up in my face, and I'm like, fuck. Now I gotta hear the shit. God damn it. But yeah, so we'll file that under. Let's not keep that.
Yeah, that was part of a sexual secret, but like, a sexual secret of not being satisfied. Is that one that you want to keep?
How are you gonna go about it? Can you keep it and you can just like stay in the relationship like everything else is good?
I mean,
or
shit.
Are you going to cheat? So it really just depends on what your next move is.
Let Envy and his wife tell it that shit. They was together for 17 years. First 17 years, they wasn't. She ain't nut.
She was cheating.
She said she was not. She said
she's a liar.
She said that he is her first and only. And
she should have cheated.
He cheated with Erica Mena of all. But anyways,
damn, what's wrong with Safari Baby Mama?
She was
Safari Baby Mama.
She was just a rat.
But
she was just like, really, nigga?
Yeah, I can see that.
But they said they were together, and she threw that shit in that nigga's face in the argument one time, fucked up his whole shit. He claims that's probably why he ended up cheating later on, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. But like, I don't say I know as much now because I really don't have those types of conversation with my female friends like I used to. But I had female friends who, like, once she had a really good dude, she said she loved him, blase. He treated her right, but he could not get her there. But she did not want to tell him that because she know it would hurt his ego. And she was like, it would just bring nothing but problems. She was like, so a lot of times just afterwards, I would just, go and say I'm, washing up, and I just get myself off and finish it. And I was like,
that
damn.
That makes me want to like cry real tears because
I would want to know, but then I want to know because I want to do better, but that would crush the ego though.
Don't let it be for years or even months. Like, even months is too long.
At that point in time, they had been together for 5 years. So
yeah,
I haven't asked her about it as of late. I don't think it's changed though. They have a kid now and everything, but I literally don't think it's changed. But we haven't had that conversation again. But she had been telling me like that's just, she was like in every other aspect she was great, and she was like I'm not going to potentially lose a good thing for that. And my argument was like, I mean, if he's so great, do you think that would make him leave? It's like, not make him leave, but she was like, it would ruin a lot of his confidence. And I think she says it would change who he is to her. And I was like, well, that's fair. Mm-hmm. I mean, it really could
see that.
Change.
Yeah, you don't want that person to just have like a whole personality change because they just feel inadequate at that point. Like, I can't even please my partner, and I haven't been able to. I was in a relationship like that though, but I wasn't able to stay in that relationship. Like, I did keep the secret for a long time that I just was no longer like sexually attracted or physically attracted to him. And those things are important to me. Like, just love wasn't enough.
But like, you were at one point things. Though.
I was.
But did you ever not get off ever though? To say you never got off versus here or there.
not to get no, I still got off. Like I wasn't gonna deprive myself, but I would have to like think about other people and other things.
Yeah,
Like I would have to
I
like
argue with her. I'm like, do you just know your body? So you just better just know how to get yourself there. But she's just like, a lot of times don't even last long enough for her to get off. I'm like, oh bad. But yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's fucked up. But no, I mean I had to end the relationship and then I had to finally tell him like, I haven't been attracted to you for this amount of time and, I don't enjoy having sex with you and, it was definitely kind of forced. Um so
That's
yeah, I mean I kept the secret for long enough,
that's rough.
but, but we had to break up because
That's
just
rough.
yeah,
I'm,
like, and I know that that hurted him, but he's moved on. He's married now, and but that shit was fucked up to have to tell somebody because, but I just couldn't keep faking it. Like I couldn't just, like I said, just being in love wasn't enough.
it's just so you were in love with him, but you weren't attracted to him.
Yeah, like, oh, well, I wasn't really in love with him anymore, but I loved him. Like I loved him. He was a good
I
guy.
feel
Like he was a great
I
person,
hate
but
I hate that saying, but I mean I guess I get it. But I hate when like I love them, I'm just not in love with them. That's some girl shit to say.
yeah.
You know
I mean,
that's some women shit to say. I ain't never heard her do. I love her, but I'm not in love with her. That is some women shit to say.
okay, well, my girl brain is saying that I
Oh
loved
no,
him, but I
you
was
you
not in love with
froze.
him.
I hear nothing you're saying right now.
You say what?
Okay, you froze. I heard nothing. I heard my girl brain is, and then you froze.
Oh, I was saying, well, my girl brain is saying that I loved him, but I was not in love with him because I just, like, I fell out of love with him because I knew I wasn't gonna, like, be able to, like, build a life with him. And I'm like, I can't do it with him. So I had to, like, compartmentalize that and but the love was still there, but I just was like, this isn't gonna work out and I'm going to cheat on him if we don't break up. So it was the hardest conversation I've had to have, like one of the hardest breakups I've had to have because I'm like, this is gonna crush him, but I'm depriving myself and I'm depriving him of somebody who really is gonna fuck with him on that level.
Yeah, I feel like you had love.
So
You had love for him. I don't know if you loved him still. You had love for him,
well,
but
same thing to me. I did have love for him. I cared about him. Well, I'll say
yeah, you
that. I
care.
cared about him deeply.
You cared.
And
I
that's
care
why it
about
was
you.
hard. It was hard for me to tell him that because I cared about, how he felt. So, yeah. Oh, my battery is dying. Please don't die. Please don't die. I don't even have my charger up here.
Um,
Um, so this might be the topic for the day. We might hit the other one next time.
But I was,
But
I've just thought about it, like lately. I just look at how men and women approach things differently, and just in general, like I feel like okay, as men, when we feel a way, we process our shit through thoughts, and I feel like as women, when women when women think away, they process their thoughts through feelings. And
okay.
I just wonder what would be the even ground. I don't know, the common ground, we'll say. Yeah. Common ground. Because I feel like that's
So what's the difference? You said men process through thoughts.
we process our feeling through thoughts.
What's the difference between thoughts and emotions?
I feel like a lot of times, like, if a man says, like, you know what, I think this or that, and then a woman will say a lot of times, oh, I feel this. They lead with a lot of I feel statements, where men lead with a lot of I think statements. And I feel like that's where we get the whole where we're thinking logically is, but it's just also because we just look at it as a thinking process where women kind of use they process the things they're thinking by linking them to the emotions they're feeling. I don't know if that makes sense.
Kind of, sort of.
I need to get I need to get a little bit higher. I would explain it better.
Yeah, maybe I need to get a little bit higher because I need to turn on my deep brain. My deep brain isn't on right now.
But I do think for in that case, I guess it would be an okay secret to have. I don't know. I mean, I guess it'd be an okay secret to have. I guess it's the only person that's really hurting is you.
That's why I don't think it's an okay secret to have. Because why are you hurting yourself? Like, why are you choosing somebody else over yourself? Like, unless this is like your kid. Like, why are you choosing somebody else's ego over your pleasure?
I mean, but sometimes that's what love is, choosing somebody else over yourself.
Sounds like foolishness.
I mean, but everybody does that inadvertently.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, obviously, to me, in this situation, child, I mean, at the very least, you could say something and then something might change. Like,
I mean, I feel it too.
Okay, let's put in this effort.
I would want to know. I am a people pleaser when it comes to the bedroom, and it's a bit of ego too. But I want to know. I did that. I did that multiple times. Ain't nobody doing that like I did that.
All right. So we got disconnected the last time, but we back. Obviously, we look different because it's not the same day. But let's go right back into the topic, which was secrets and lies, and we were talking about keeping sexual secrets from your partner.
Yeah.
I feel like everything is situational. Like, for me, like we were talking about, what's her name? What's the lady who said she didn't have orgasms with her husband?
Oh, Gia. You're talking about Gia and Envy?
Yeah, like, she didn't say anything because she was trying to, like, preserve his ego, and it's a no for me. Like, it's a no for me because I'm like, okay, he might be salty at first, but like in time, it's like, why don't you just tell him what you like or what you don't like, and I guess kind of coach him through it, or figure out how to achieve pleasure? Because why would you just be seriously? Why would you just be in a relationship having sex and it's not pleasurable for that many years?
I mean, I agree. I wouldn't want to be in a relationship where I wasn't being pleasured. B, I was honestly I wasn't pleasuring her, and B, I wasn't being pleasured. I get off on the people pleasing when it comes to bedroom situations, but right. I mean, I can kind of see in their aspect. I can kind of see, just because she claims that he was her first and her only, and
so she didn't even really know what she liked then.
She didn't, and who knows if she masturbated or not. She may not know how to get herself there, but I think she also knew him.
Partners.
I mean, I agree with I agree with definitely having sex before making something official with somebody. Like, that's
facts.
That's crazy.
You're not about to trick me into a good personality.
I don't understand people who get married and shit and don't fuck or live the like I feel like that's as crazy as people not living together before they get married. Like you need to,
Yeah.
there's certain shit you need to know.
Yeah, because just being like, or like if you're in a relationship and y'all live separately, but y'all are like together all the time, that's still very different from actually living together.
It is,
And I'm learning that now.
because
because
when shit goes awry, you can leave when you don't live with the person.
right,
When you live with the person, you can maybe go in a different room, but then you just gotta hope you don't have a significant other that follows you around during an argument. So
right.
you going to a different room ain't gonna matter. But yeah,
We petty. We leave a house.
I told you, yeah, you
But
went MIA for days.
yeah, I do that sometimes.
So,
Moving
but
right along.
I don't know. I guess if you know your significant other, if that's going to really bother them, but I do think it's gonna, it's hurting you in the long run. It's a double-edged sword though.
It is. I agree with that.
I feel like that's not something to keep to yourself. I
Yeah.
I I would want to know, and I would tell my.
Do you feel like it would hurt your ego?
Oh, it definitely would. I'm not gonna say it wouldn't. It definitely would. And it would fuck up. It would fuck me up, and I'd probably be hella self conscious about it. I would definitely go hard, but then the fact that she had to say anything sooner, then I'm gonna be self conscious about going harder. Like, is she just telling me it's better now just to quell my anxiety about it, or is it actually like it would fuck up everything? Right. Honestly, it would fuck up a lot, and I get
temporarily, not in the long run though.
I mean,
I don't think in the long run.
I would hope not. I don't think so. I would hope not. But shit, Envy claims that's the reason he ended up cheating with fucking Mina. Was because
you
of
hate that he cheated with her.
She's such like
you are so over her. You hate her so much.
I don't. It's just this like I don't know. It's just
fucking Mina.
It's I don't know. It's crazy to me when dudes just cheat with just like rats. When like
he cheated down.
Yeah. I don't get dudes cheating down. And dudes do that all the time, and it's like, dog, if you really about to take a chance to blow up your life, why are you cheating down? Like, cheat up. Like, at least have some reason besides it's new pussy. Because I mean, that's really what it is.
That's all they be caring about, though. Like, but it's just new pussy.
That's crazy. Like my niggas always talk shit about me, but I always say, I'm like, pussy is pussy minus a few tricks. Yeah, shit might get a little bit wetter. Yeah, shit might be a little bit tighter. But in the end, it's still pussy. It still overall feels the same. You're still going for the same outcome. You're really going for five.
I don't think all men would agree with you when you say it all is relatively the same. I don't think they would agree.
But it is though. Like it is like it's.
I don't think all men would agree, but I hear you. I feel you.
I'm just saying, like I said, minus a few tricks. Yeah, it's a couple of variables, but the variables aren't that drastic. Like I get it. Yeah, okay. She may have that wet. She may have that juice box. Okay, all right. So you come quicker, but you're going for the same outcome. If like the difference with men and women, y'all can fuck and not come and still enjoy that session. I mean, I'm not saying it's preferred. I'm sure you would prefer to come, but y'all can have sex and just enjoy the sex and not come all the time and be okay with that. That's not a thing for men. Men have to come. The sex is pointless if you don't come. So that's the desired
I
outcome,
can agree with that.
and it's gonna be the same. But pussy is pussy, minus a few tricks. Like, so
Interesting.
I just don't.
Okay, friend.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I don't get the point of blowing up your whole life for five
a rat.
seconds. For 5 seconds, because you really feel that nut. Okay, maybe 10. We'll say 10. Maybe it's a for real orgasm and not just a nut. Okay, you did all that for 10 seconds. I mean, because there's a difference. Okay. It's a difference from just having a nut and then having a full on orgasm. We're not as complex as y'all. Y'all got multiple different types: vaginal, G-spot and clitoral.
Yeah, it'd be a lot going on down there. It'd be a lot.
That's why y'all shit has to be so much better than ours. I'm kind of jealous.
You
of
think
that.
so? I don't know. I don't know about that.
Ours is too easy.
I want to know what a nigga orgasm feels like. It's
too easy to get. It's too easy for it to happen. Like, think about it.
Listen.
Niggas have prematurely nut on themselves. It's too easy.
I don't know. I would argue that y'all's feel better. Because y'all be thirsty as fuck to get it. So I would argue that it feels better because...
Girls don't accidentally nut on themselves like that. I've seen one girl nut on themselves from like a roller coaster, but I feel like that was like a slingshot thing. But that was like just exhilarating experience. But have you ever mistakenly nut?
Like in action, yeah. Like
no,
while I'm having sex.
No.
Oh, not just doing,
off of foreplay.
Yeah.
Oh, you've had a full on orgasm off foreplay. I'm not talking about physical touching or interaction in the vaginal area. I'm talking about kissing, sucking on neck, rubbing on titties, but not touching the vagina, and then you come in.
No, it gotta be some type of like interaction down there. Exactly. It doesn't have to be like penetration or like
men can prematurely ejaculate from what I just said.
I have a friend who she's like when she do certain workouts like at the gym, like she has orgasms. Like she just like.
But is it because of stimulation like down there though?
Yeah, but not like direct stimulation, like, or maybe like her inner thighs rubbing up against it or something like that. But I don't know. I think that some women do have those type of orgasms. I don't, but I think some. Some women do.
I think we're easy. I think just in general, men are just easy.
I don't know because I mean, really, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say this because it's a relationship podcast, but I come very easily, like very easily when I'm like turned on, and it doesn't have to like, I'm better with controlling it now, like when we're having sex, but like as far as like foreplay and like that type of shit, I come very easily. So I mean, it's not hard for me either.
Consider yourself in the minority because I can tell you. I am
because I talk to my friends about this, like my female friends, and like one of my homegirls is like, she's like, it'd be so hard for me to come, and I'm like, when you having sex, and she's like, yeah, and I'm like, are you like always turned on by him? And she's like, yeah, I'm turned on, but it's just hard for me to have an orgasm, and I'm like, can't relate. Like I can't relate. So not in like a bragging way either, but like I don't know. I'm very in tune. I'm very in tune with my body and what I like, and even sometimes still I'm like, do this, don't do this. Like still like kind of coaching, like not necessarily coaching, but like, oh, this feels better, so I'm gonna communicate with you in real time. Like,
yeah, I mean, they might hit that one spot right there. Okay, keep going. Don't move. Got you.
Yeah, exactly. Or even just with like foreplay, like how I'm being touched. Like sometimes those things change. Like I used to be very anti nipple play. Like I used to hate like my nipples being touched. Like it was just too sensitive. I didn't like it. And now it's different. Like now I'm like, I kind of like it. So he came in on like kind of a time where I really didn't like it, and then he just was, I don't know. It was just something about him doing it, and I started liking it the way he did it. So things change, and I've always tried to communicate that in like real time. Like I like this, I don't like this. Stay right there. Don't do that. Whatever. So
Yeah, I feel like
yeah,
we need to start putting more foreplay back into our should just be, hey, you trying to, all right, let's go. Okay.
right. Just straight boom bam to the
Like,
point.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's very efficient. I don't know how sexy it is, but it's very efficient.
but it
And
gets the job
yeah,
done, and
it's
so that's
great.
how it be sometimes.
And I feel like it's like that a lot. I feel like we need to slow down. Maybe I need to
Like
be
reel it
romantic
back into like
or something
yeah, the romance.
because it's literally like sending emojis at work, come home, all right, roll up and then get ready type shit, and then yeah, and
Yeah, y'all need the pizzazz back.
it's popping. Don't get me wrong, it's popping, but
Yeah.
it's not. It's no slow kiss. But you know what? I think about it. We never, me and Monica for real, never like for real made out. Like we don't make out. That's not really our thing. So, like, I feel like the most
That
we've
is
made
so
out
funny you
is
saying
when
that.
when
I
we
got
were
a story
drunk.
about this. Yeah.
Like, but normally we don't make out. Like it's just So I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of times that's why foreplay don't happen. We just get straight to it because, as she said, she don't like small talk. So I mean, like just
Like we don't gotta waste no time.
yeah. So I don't know.
That is so funny. Like I had told Chop the other day, I was like, how come we never just like kiss in the middle of the day? And he was like make out, and he, no lie, he just like bust out laughing. Like he thought that shit was so funny. He was like, you want to just make out like we teenagers? And I'm like, yes.
I mean,
And he
like
just
like
thought that
what?
shit was so funny to him, and I was like getting mad because I'm like, I'm being serious. Like I just
I
want to
mean,
like
it is funny though thinking about it. Like we kiss like a simple kiss, but like for real, like hot and heavy with tongue. What just what just started this? Why are we just?
what's wrong with
It's just odd. You just what makes you
kissing
just
is odd.
no, but that type of kissing, like what made it just happen that we just all up into it. Like I don't know. Like I could see if it was trying to lead to something, but just
Yeah.
random makeout session that
Yeah,
does
yeah,
sound
no,
quite
that don't.
teenagerish.
Yeah, that don't happen with us either. Like it, like I've been kind of like more conscious about it lately. Like, all right, let's just stop going right into it. Like, yeah, sex is great and everything, but like, let's have some type of like lead up or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, we just be like, and then it's like so routine. Like, we just wake up and have sex in the morning. Like, don't really be having sex at night. Don't have sex in the middle of the day. And I'm like, all right, we need to like switch this up
All our
before
shit
we
is
start.
night. Our shit is night. It's bad because sometimes it's kind of scheduled. Like, hey, tomorrow, okay, like,
He hate that. Like he literally gets upset. He's like, "Why are we scheduling sex?" And I'm like, I just be suggesting it for like,
yeah,
you know what I'm
she
saying?
be
I'm like,
tired. I feel bad.
yeah,
Like,
because I'm like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you know. So I be trying to schedule it, and he be clowning me like, no, like it's just gonna happen when it happens. And I'm like, all right, well, okay.
I just feel
Okay.
bad. I feel like I'm a hornball, and if I could every day is perfectly fine. I'm not gonna put that on her. I feel like that's unfair.
Yeah, that
But
ain't too much. Like, ain't nobody trying to fuck every day. I
I,
mean, some people are, but
I would be
not the
perfectly
average.
fine with that.
Yeah, because y'all are just, y'all,
But we do have like a 3-day rule. So yeah,
no more than 3 days.
yeah. But that's more.
Yeah.
That's more for me because that's another thing. I feel like it may not be you personally, but women can go a while without sex. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yeah, it was just 10 days for us, like a whole 10.
Nah, see, I don't know. I feel like, and I don't get mean. I don't get mean. I don't know. I get angsty. Again, that's like, I need a release, but I can't. I just don't understand how y'all can go so long. Like I've had female friends that are just, oh yeah, I'm not having sex for a while, and then just be going like 2-3 months. Like the fuck? How the fuck are you doing this?
If you're not in a relationship, then yeah. But like, if you're in a relationship,
oh no, that's not gonna work in a relationship.
Yeah, that shit not gonna fly. But like, if you single, like the times when I was single, I wasn't just out really having casual sex like that. Like I might be kicking it with somebody, and then we would have sex, but
not casual sex. But I'm saying when you single though, you usually have you got a fallback. You got somebody. You can call up.
But sometimes people don't want to just be. Sometimes that creates a gray area. Like, anytime I've just had, like, a dude that I was just fucking, like, it was like, all right, so what are we? And I'm like, I mean, like, I'm single. You're single as well. So sometimes you don't want to create that gray area, and then you don't want to sex is just, I mean, for me at this point, like, it's so much deeper than just, oh, sex is great. Like I'm horny. I want to fuck. Like, that's not.
I'm sure.
And sometimes when you be single, that's not where you at either. Like,
I'm sure it's different now. But even if I was single,
like you wouldn't go months and years without having sex. I would easily go a year or 2 without having sex.
I wouldn't,
because it's just like I don't like sex with just. I don't know. I want to have in love sex. I don't want to just have like, oh, like you sexy. I want to fuck. Like I want to have like in love. We cuddle and we go to sleep and wake up next to each other and like make tea or some shit. Like I don't want to. What time is it? Matter of fact, it's time for me to go on a date actually. So yeah. So then we can have like in love sex later. So.
And meanwhile, I'm gonna just be like, hey. It's like been 3 days. So send her these.
And you married.
Water splash emojis right quick.
Commit to putting some romance into your session tonight, okay? Commit to rubber back, rubber booty, like I mean she gets something.
She gets a booty rub every night. A thorough one of that. I tried to scratching. I didn't feel like it didn't change. She didn't say yay or nay, but she gets a full booty and back rub every night.
Like, well, that's kind of foreplay. That's kind of foreplay.
I don't know. Is that foreplay?
I mean,
it's just
anything that's like sexual. That's like, or
but it's just just give her a massage every night because the way we sleep on the side of the bed. If I'm spooning with her and watching TV, I might as well just be rubbing on her. So
I think that qualifies, but if that's the normal, do something a little extra tonight.
Okay, I guess I gotta wake her up from her slumber.
Yeah,
but I'm getting
something
extra.
Yeah. We both gonna commit to let's pound to good sex.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it's always good. It's good. I mean, we got to make it sexy.
Spectacular.
We have to be sexy sex. It can't just be efficient sex. So.
All right. Well.
Yeah. Well.
I would say we could drink to that, but my bottle of wine is empty. So. All right. Well. Let's go ahead and wrap up episode number 12. Yes. Yeah. And yeah, thank you guys for listening, and we will see you in 1 to 3 weeks for episode 13.
We'll say 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks.
There we go, right in between.
All right.
Deuces, y'all.
Keep wishing us the best. Our podcast is better than the rest. You got an issue, better say it with your chest. Until then, keep wishing us the best. Keep wishing us